Welcome to a medical doctor's view of how to lose weight. And I appreciate you being here. I have good news. I'm very qualified to help with this. There's been many individuals that I've helped. You're looking forward to January, New Year's resolutions. This is the year. This is the year to lose weight. And I've had people ask me, how do I lose weight? Hello, I'm Michael Henderson. I'm a medical doctor and I look forward to helping you along your journey. I'm not perfect. There are many thoughts going through my head right now of individuals saying, oh, I'm not interested, oh, I'm going to click off. That's okay. I'm not perfect, and I'm going to give you the content that is the best that I can produce today. You're here. That's already a win. I'm going to invite you to take 2 big deep breaths with me and allow yourself to be present if you need to. If you have your phone next to you, turn on Do Not Disturb. If you're using it, turn on Do Not Disturb. Let's go. 2 deep breaths. Ready? In and deeper. Hold it for 3 seconds and let it go. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Let's do one more. In, deeper. Hold it for 3 and let it go. You're here with me today and you're ready for help. You're ready to take action. A quick disclaimer, I am not your medical doctor. I'm not providing medical advice. This is education. This does not establish a patient-physician relationship. Here's the 4 things. Brain, muscle, human, track. We're going to go through each one of those today. You're going to find it going to be extremely helpful. So first, brain, that stands for mindset. What kind of mindset does an individual need to lose weight? And I'm going to share a little story here, a story I like to share with my patients. So once upon a time, in a faraway village, there was this little ice cube. And this ice cube wanted nothing more than to be water. That little ice cube was 27 degrees Fahrenheit, and it found out that if it did certain things, move in a certain way, go to a certain place, it could warm up. So it did that. It worked super hard. All day long it worked, actually, at this. And it bumped its temperature up from 27 to 28. Yet, it looked down, not any puddle of water. Somewhat discouraged, set new goals, resolved to work even harder the next day, and the next day worked again. Still, that night, he was dripping ice sweat. He or she was working so hard, no puddle. Yet, it had moved its temperature from 27 to 28 to 29. It's working super hard each day and doing things and increasing that temperature. One day, it's working super hard and looks down, and he's, what? Did I wet myself? Did I drink? Did I spill my water bottle? There's a water puddle. How did this happen? Its work finally hit a certain tipping point where it moved from 31 degrees Fahrenheit to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's how I invite my patients to have the mindset for losing weight. We can do things, yet there are so many factors that all play a role in what weight we are that sometimes we hit the right factor and we lose weight. And so what we focus on is what we can control. That's the mindset. That's the brain. That's what we need to actually start losing weight. Okay? So that's number 1. Number 2 is a little activity. And if you want to just watch this, that's fine, but you're going to actually get something out of it if you get a journal. So I invite you, get a blank piece of paper or a journal. And what I invite you to do is on this left side, okay, on the far top left side, write what you want. And I invite you to pause this YouTube video to be able to take the time to do this. But write, what do you want? And just start listing. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to fit in a certain size jean. I want to be able to run a mile without stopping. Just write all these whats. And again, I invite you to pause this. This can be surrounded around this weight loss goal. But pause it. Go ahead. Write your what. Enjoy. Dream. Just think as big as you want. And I'll be back with you soon. All right. I hope you enjoyed that and welcome back. So now you have a huge list of what. Something I find frequently, and would love if you want to drop a comment below if you've seen this also. Have you ever had a what goal and got bumped? A little off track? I would love to hear, because that's so common because of our natures and because we're in life and we're not in a bubble. And so the next thing that we're going to be doing on the next page that's on the side is write why. Did you feel that chill? Doesn't that give you chills? Why? Why do you want to accomplish what you wrote on the other page? Some examples of some people, what they will do is they'll write a why such as, I want to run 1 mile without stopping because I want to be an example for my daughter that is giving up on goals, is giving up in high school because she's depressed. I may want to run 1 mile because she likes to run and I want to be able to run a mile with her. Isn't that just deep? Another example, I want to fit, these are a little tricky when they're like specific weight goals, but like I want to fit in a certain size jean. Why? Why? Because we're in a financial crunch right now and I can't purchase new clothes and I want to be able to save up. I'm going to cry. These things are just so deep. I want to purchase, insert X, like a 3D printer, or I want to purchase a new pair of jeans for my growing boy that's growing out of all of his clothes. Isn't that deep? Now you can see that as you're working towards your what, that internal combustion engine is like a V8. You're like a Cybertruck. You're like, there's not much that's really going to bump you off. And if you do get off on your what, you can readjust it, but still keep your why. Your why actually becomes the deepest goal. So I'm going to invite you to pause this YouTube video again, and I'm going to invite you to write down your why. Choose maybe one of your what that you're like, I think I've got a deep why with that, and then draw a line over and then do a couple. Why do you want this? Do you want it for a deeper relationship? Do you want it to help you with an internal battle that you've been battling with mentally? Do you want it to help others? Do you want it to serve? Try to go for those deep human feelings with the why. A person, a relationship, a deep value for God or for a higher power. Anyway, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and I can help you with this. But pause it, write down some whys. I'm excited to be back with you. All right, welcome back. So now you've got a list of what goal you want to accomplish, and you've got a list of why you want to accomplish some of those goals. Do you feel motivated? Do you feel excited? Do you feel inspired? I hope so, because we're going to move on to the next section. So we talked about brain and mindset, and now we're going to go into muscle. And muscle is actually what you're going to be doing, the actual actions. Now, can you, just like the ice cube, remember, can you actually cause yourself to lose weight? Some of you out there are like, yeah, I've done it before, I've lost weight, but ultimately we have billions of chemical reactions in our body every second. What we can control, I can control if I raise my arm. You didn't see it, right? Because this background, but I raised it. I can control if I eat a certain thing. I've got my oatmeal with my berries and raisins. I can choose if I eat that. So what you should do, that muscle point, is actual actions. Let me talk to you about a couple that you can do to lose weight, and we're going to make it easy. But write down at the very bottom of the page some of them that resonate with you, like, oh, that sounds fun or interesting, or I'm good at that, I want to do that. Here we go. And there's data behind all of this. Let me know if you want it specifically. I can share it at the end. So first, gratitude journal. This would be something that every night or even in the afternoon or when you're stressed most, 5 things or something that you're grateful for and focusing on that. So there's one. A next thing to help lose weight, mindful eating. This is eating with distractions off. How many of us eat a meal like this with our phone, right? Mindful eating, practicing eating and appreciating the taste, appreciating the textures, and appreciating the surroundings. Mindful eating. Another one, tracking what you eat. There's a lot of trackers on the phone. There's a lot of trackers. You can even just use your journal. Where is my journal? Okay, journal's somewhere here. Here it is. You can use your journal and simply just track. There's data that you can lose weight with that. Next, eat when you're hungry. What? Yeah. So many of us eat when we're celebrating. We eat when we're tired. We eat when we're bored. We eat when we don't want to do what is next on our task list, right? So only eating when you're hungry. That's something. All right, we're going to keep going. Making home-cooked meals. That's another way to lose weight. prioritizing movement, exercise. This is personally something I love. And then even finding easier ways to move throughout the day. Getting a standing desk, getting a workout partner, getting a workout subscription online so you have actual accountability. Okay? There's one more thing that I just would like to mention, getting a health coach. Okay? And I'd love to be your health coach, wherever my hand is. I would love to be your health coach, help you along your journey, and I also have resources for others if that's of interest to you. So there's your muscle. And there are many other ways to lose weight other than those, but those are some of the big ones that I've found help my patients the most. Okay, on to the next section. So we've done brain, which is mindset. We've done muscle, what you can actually control. And now we go under human. What do I mean by human? We're all human. And it's hard or difficult or more tricky for us to get into new routines. So as you are human, the goal is to make it easy. James Clear popularized many strategies for making good things easy and things that you don't want to do more difficult. These strategies have been around for a long time, but he just organized it super well in his book, Atomic Habits. There's a link in the show notes below. But the goal here is to, when you find the muscle or the action that you want to accomplish, you're then going to find an easy way to implement it. And let me teach about a couple that James Clear talks about in his book. And I have a whole nother YouTube video on these things that James Clear talks about, some others to help you with actually what you can do. But one of them is habit stack, and I love this one. I'll give some examples, and sure, I'll get personal. One is habit stack. So I brush my teeth every night, and I am using a small little medication to help me keep my hair that I have. And what I've done is I've put that prescription bottle right next to my toothbrush. So at night, brushing my teeth, oh yeah, grab a pill, take it, keep brushing. So that's habit stack. Some, what they'll do is they will get their workout clothes and they'll put them inside their car, and they're everything that they need for workout: water bottle, shoes, socks, jammers, whatever it is. And they'll drive to work. Then on their way home, they're like, there's my clothes. I'm driving home from work. Let me stop by the gym for 20 minutes. They've already got their stuff, go in, change, gym, and it's awesome. So that's habit stacking. That's an easy way to add one of these things. Another one is making it easy. And this would be, if you wanted, for instance, if you want to do home cooked meals, making it easy would be signing up for a meal planner where they give you like a grocery list for the week. You don't have to think about it. They give you the meals and they're like are only cooked in 10 minutes, and you follow that for 6 weeks and learn some fun, new, easy things. That's making it easy. So those are some good things. The next would be make things that you don't want to do hard. So let's say that you want to prioritize movement in the evening and you always love watching TV. Well, take out the batteries out of the remote and go hide the batteries, or tell your wife to hide them, and you have to find them. No, that could cause some contention in the home. But go put those batteries somewhere else and say, all right, I have to do 10 squats, 20 push-ups against the wall before I can put these batteries back in and watch. When I'm done watching, take the batteries out again, and that's a rule. So it's like making things that are against you harder. So it's like even harder to do it. There's so many more I'm excited to share, but that's like making it easy. Good things easy, or things that are barriers, making those like bigger barriers. Okay, so there's the third thing. I don't want this to be over. I have so many fun things to share, but we'll keep going. Brain, muscle, human, and then last is track. It is so helpful, and I'm sure so many of you would agree, or that you would agree, that when we track things, we can actually see the progress. Now, what am I tracking? Am I tracking weight loss? No, I do not suggest tracking weight loss. Why? Because you can't control it. But what you can control is how often you do those muscles, those actions. And so when you're tracking, I encourage usually just to choose one thing. Just choose one thing. You've got enough going on. And yeah, if you want to crush it, go ahead, do others. But I just encourage just one thing, such as mindful eating. And write a statement for tracking it like, I mindfully eat. Now it's like you're telling yourself that. I mindfully eat. And you're almost like, I do. It's not I will. I don't like the word will in goal setting. I am. I do. I think. I become. action words. How to track. So first write that on the top. This would be a new page now. So this is now we're getting into the actual tracker. Okay, so you've picked your goal, you have your why, and you've actually identified what you're going to do. Did you take the time to do that? Make sure you write down exactly what it is you want to do that resonated with you, how to get your why, how to get the what. Just choose one thing you're going to do this next month and write an affirmation. I mindfully eat. I prioritize movement, or I create. I am a creator of home-cooked meals. And now that's on the top of the page. And then underneath it, you're going to determine how many times you want to do that. I cooked home-cooked meals, and I'm going to do that once per week. That's it, okay? So then you're going to do 4 boxes for each week. And then I mindfully eat once a day, okay? And I usually, if I do a daily one, I usually only do 6 check boxes, give myself a little bit of grace, or maybe only 5, and then you can have some extra points at the end if you get 7 days of the week. So anyway, that's how I like to track it. And then 2 other things, and we'll be done. But when you get sick of your goal, my suggestion, go through this practice, pull out that notebook, and choose a new one. Just choose one thing, takes 5-20 minutes to do that thing, and create a new tracker. This is where the muscle, it takes a little bit of muscle to get up. This is called an enzyme in chemical reactions. These 2 molecules can't do their chemical reaction, but they have an enzyme that gets them over that hump or that difficulty, and then they can have the chemical reaction. So doing this action of setting this goal, creating the affirmation, creating the tracker, that's that little enzyme that's going to actually get you to do these things. There was one more thing I was going to say. You're tracking it. Oh yeah. So let's think about this just a little bit. And you may have noticed this. There's a little chasm. There's a little like valley. If you want to say, I want to cook home-cooked meals, I'm going to do that 1 day a week for a month. I create home-cooked meals. You still notice a chasm, right? There's still a lot more that needs to be done in that. So I will sometimes set side goals. And if that monthly goal is a little too big, what I'll do is I'll bump that to the next month. And this month I'm going to say, this week I'm going to research 4 recipes and identify 4 recipes to make. Or I'm going to sign up for a home-cooked meals program. There has to be earlier goals, because I'm going to going from no home-cooked meals to I cook home-cooked meals. What are you going to do? You're going to walk in the kitchen and be like, blah, I don't want to cook a home-cooked meal. I don't have anything I like to cook. And what's going to be for dinner? Dried grapes, raisins, or like bread with whatever, right? So there's got to be an earlier goal. So sometimes your goal might get pushed down, and you create those easier goals like signing up for a meal, or I'm going to watch another of Henderson's YouTube video on how to mindfully eat before I start mindfully eating. And that might be the one thing you do this week. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. Drop any comments or questions you've got below. I have to put my hand next to the face so you see it. And I'm excited to see you on the next video. Excited to help you along your goal-setting journey, because I know you can do it. I have confidence in you. You've done hard things before. And so many of us focus on weight as the actual action. When you focus on your why and what you can actually control, boom, transformation. It's transformative for you. I'm so excited for you. Excited to see you on the next video. Let's go.